I'm about to jump on this bitch like I was about to rap and shit. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Late for the Party on Anchor FM. I am your host, Melodious, aka Coverboy. Holla! What is going on? Man, I know I have not done a Quickfire review in quite some time, yet I've seen quite a few movies, which I must say, I've been catching up thanks to a lady friend of mine who I've been spending quite some time with as of late, and I'm enjoying every minute. Anyway, here we go. So, I'm going to give you a nice little rundown. So, this is going to be Late for the Party, aka the Quickfire Review Super Show. Oh my God. I got a couple of movies I got to run down for you. So, pretty much we're going to start it off with the first movie I've seen in the last few months was Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now, anybody who was watching any Dragon Ball movie, any Dragon Ball cartoons back in the late 90s, early 2000s, stuff like that, which was on Channel 9, coming on Saturdays. Man, it used to come on Toonami. Everybody was on that shit like white on rice, dude. And I must say that Dragon Ball Super Broly is the shit. They've done movies, everything, but even though most of the stuff wasn't really canon, all the movies wasn't really canon, till they started coming out with Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F. So, right now, this is the third installment to where most of these movies have now been canon. So, honestly, it's been pretty hype from this point on. So, give you a brief rundown. Pretty much, it goes through the back history of, basically it goes through the history of, Goku's father, Vegeta's father, and Broly's father, Paragus. So, it kind of goes through, you see the stories through the eyes of the fathers and the son, through the fathers and the sons. So it's pretty much you see Bardock's Goku's father, Bardock, who actually gives a shit about his son. You know, he pretty much pulls a Superman and tries to get his son out of from the planet from being destroyed and everything else, because their pretty much was doomed to be destroyed by the hands of Frieza. And then Vegeta's father, Prince Vegeta, King Vegeta is Prince Vegeta's father. Now keep in mind, everybody, Vegeta that we know and love is Prince Vegeta. His father is King Vegeta. The planet is Planet Vegeta. So, pretty much Planet Vegeta got destroyed by Frieza. So, pretty much King Vegeta's the ruler. He wants his son to be the great and most powerful Saiyan. And that's how that turns out. So, the father, King Vegeta, wants his son, Prince Vegeta, to be a ruthless ruler. Far better than even Frieza. But as time progresses, that changes after a while. Which, honestly, Vegeta definitely does have the best character development in all the show, period. Then there's Broly. Broly, who was kicked out of the planet Vegeta because of King Vegeta. Because his son, because Broly was stronger than Vegeta. His power level was way stronger than his. So I'm trying to speed this up so we can get it on the cracker so I can get to the review. But pretty much Paragus pretty much catches wind. He's like a colonel of the army. He finds out that King Vegeta kicks his son out, jettisons him to a barren planet with nothing but monsters and stuff like that. So, as a good father, his father followed suit. And his father knew how, he did that despite because his son Broly, Paragus' son Broly, was stronger than Prince Vegeta, even as a child. So, yeah, that was cold-blooded. He goes to find his son. He finds his son, so he raises him, and he raises him so he can be powerful enough to get revenge against King Vegeta. So, speed up years later, Broly and Paragus gets rescued by Frieza, of all people, and then Frieza's trying to get revenge on Goku, even though, a long story short, to turn him into power. If anybody follows on Dragon Ball, which you guys don't, if you guys do, follow Funimation or anything like that, Hulu, whatever you guys got, it'll bring you up to speed. Or shit, just watch this shit on YouTube. You'll feel so much better. Anyway, so, honestly, Broly and Paragus and Frieza gets to Earth, gets the Dragon Balls, which you get all kinds of wishes. Like, you get a wish if you get all 7 Dragon Balls, yada yada yada, speeding all that shit up for all you guys who don't give a shit about that. Anyway, but either way, they get down, they get into a fight. It's awesome. I'm not going to get into full-length details and let you know what happened and everything else, but I must say, this movie was probably the best anime that I've seen in probably a few years. Like, actually, it's better than the last couple of Dragon Ball, the last 2 films, honestly. I do believe that. Like, the story was more in depth, you know, you care about, like, you see what happened in the past, you see how the 3 stories of the fathers, you know, how they care about their sons, but they care about them in different ways, to where, like, one father wants to get revenge wants revenge. The other father wants his son to be a great ruler, and then the other father just wants to make sure his son survives and lives on. So, I mean, that's some pretty deep stuff to be an anime or a cartoon or anything like that. But the action is off the hook. The fight scenes and everything is great. Everybody was complaining about the anime style, but honestly, I felt nothing was wrong with it. It worked, it flowed, and honestly, I feel it was great. So, either way, I'm going to speed this up so we can get into the next couple of reviews. I give Dragon Ball Super Broly a 8.5 out of 5. Nah, fuck that. I'm giving it a solid 9. I'm giving it a solid 9 out of 10. So, I mean, it's a solid film, even though for those who don't watch Dragon Ball, or they do watch Dragon Ball, I know it's a lot of stories, but if your kids follow suit to Dragon Ball Super and everything, just watch it with them. You won't be disappointed. Alright, either way, that's it for that one. So we're moving on next to The Upside with Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston and Nicole Kidman. Man, I loved this movie. This movie was off the hook. It's based on a true story, to where Kevin Hart's character, he was got out of jail. He's looking for a job. He's trying to look for a job so he could support his kid and everything else. But of course, his baby mama was tripping on him and everything else. The guy's doing his thing and everything. So, and then he gets hired. With working with a multi-million-dollar billionaire who's paraplegic. He's paralyzed from the waist down due to an accident because he was on hang gliding, and I guess he hang glided in a storm or something, and then he got caught wind and got slammed into some rocks, and he survived, but you know, he's paraplegic. That's Bryan Cranston's character. But, you know, of course, there's a lot more to the scenario, to where, like, Kevin Hart starts expressing, like, Bryan Cranston, he's rich, he's got all this money, but he's miserable, and also there's a lot of stuff going on too, to where his secretary, or his partner, Nicole Kidman, who works with him, and she's been like caretaking for him for quite some time, but of course she has feelings for him. But, of course, it's just more of a mutual relationship. But even though it grows a little more, but also with the help of Kevin Hart, who's trying to get him to express himself more, to where, like, look, you get knocked down, you get back up, you do your thing. I mean, it's a very powerful film. And honestly, I love that film. It was dope as hell. I mean, Kevin Hart is definitely showing that he's starting to get some chops, to where, like, he can get into some more serious roles. So, and Bryan Cranston is off the hook. And keep in mind, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Cranston has also done he's been a voice actor for a lot of anime films, which is like Wings Oniamis and Macross Plus, which is basically Robotech. So follow up, look on Wikipedia, like, you'll be amazed. Like, Bryan Cranston has came a long way as an actor, just like Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He did one of the voices for one of the bad guys from Fist of the North Star. He was Shredder, all of that. Like, the buck doesn't stop there, y'all. Animation is real. There's a lot of folks out there who doing their things, so don't sleep on animes. But I digress. That was a fun fact. But pretty much, honestly, the movie was dope. Kevin Hart was awesome. Bryan Cranston was awesome. Nicole Kidman was awesome too. I mean, and keep in mind, Nicole Kidman has been bringing in some heat, with even like bringing in some heat as of late with two of the movies, like The Upside and Aquaman. So I mean, kudos to Nicole Kidman. Shit, she's doing her thing. So either way, y'all, that's a quickfire review on The Upside. I give that film a 9. I give that a 9 out of 10. That was awesome, y'all. Like, for real, I must say, like, I looked forward to it. Shoot, my girl wanted to go see it, so I went to go see it. We went to go see it, so that was the plan. So, hail to the yeah. So, we are moving on even more so. Oh my God, we are moving on with these movies that we're talking about. So, we are going to move up to Alita Battle Angel. And, wow. Alita Battle Angel. Now, I was shocked to think, like, I mean, of course, people were giving it some kind of bad reviews but stuff like that. But honestly, look, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, just because it's good for the geese, I mean, good for the geese isn't good for the gander, but I say vice versa. But honestly, Alita Battle Angel is basically based on the adaptation of a Japanese animation and manga of set name Alita Battle Angel. So keep in mind, James Cameron was produced this film. Robert Rodriguez directed the film. We all know that Robert Rodriguez did Sin City, the Desperado films, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, From Dusk Till Dawn, So it's pretty much off the hook. Like, it's basically, a doctor who pretty much fixes cyborgs, he's pretty much fixed cyborgs, like people with robotic limbs and everything, and he fixes them up and gets them new parts. So he goes scavenging into the city, like where there's a floating city above the lower city, where it's kind of like the slums. So the upper city is where the elites and everybody else lives, while everybody at the bottom, they're all like in the ghetto, basically. Half robotic ghetto. But it's like an amalgam of all cultures, life. You know, you got people with cybernetic arms, stuff like that. And then the doctor, forget his name, the doctor, he pretty much finds he finds a robot, android, not an android, but it was a cyborg, pretty much a cyborg, which pretty much had his brain still intact, to where the remaining body was missing, but he took it, put it back together. She started moving around. He found he had a body, previous body and everything else, a robotic body, and pretty much he created her. So pretty much that was the rundown of that, because I don't really know too much about Alita Battle Angel, the anime, but pretty much, but it was awesome as hell. Like, the action scenes were off the hook. I mean, you know, Michelle Rodriguez was in it. You know, you got I keep forgetting most of these cats' names already. Like, it's kind of sad, but bear with me. The guy from the Nazi from Inglourious Bastards, and he was also the German dude with Jamie Foxx and Django Unchained. Keep forgetting his name, but honestly, that film was off the hook. Hold on, let me get the names for you guys so there isn't any problems. Okay, here we go. All right. So we had Rosa Salazar, who was also in Maze Runner, the last two Maze Runners. She's Alita. You got Keenan Johnson, who was Hugo. You got Christoph Waltz as Dr. Drayson Ido. There we go. And Jennifer Connelly as Chilean. Damn, a lot of people are in this. Ed Zappin. He was the bad guy in Deadpool. Then you got Marshala Ali, who was Vector, which honestly, kudos to him as well for winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. That was dope. Then you got Jackie Earle Haley as playing one of the bad guys. So got a nice little lineup of people, but you couldn't really tell like if they were who they were, I mean, or not, because like I said, most of them looked cybernetic and everything else. So, you know, Alita pretty much is starting to experience what life is around people. She has hidden power. You know, she finds out that she's a lot more because she can't remember a lot. She doesn't remember much of her past. And of course, she starts uncovering certain things when she starts learning a few things that's like a lot of events that start to go down. So either way, oh man, but like I said, the action's dope. The action's dope. The story was a bit, I mean, it's kind of long, but it wasn't like it was like really it wasn't really dry, but I think the story could have been a little bit more in depth for what they were going for, and I think they were just trying to cram everything in, because like I said, like Alita Battle Angel, like, you know, of course, when Alita Battle Angel, the anime, was created, it had a story, but it didn't really like resonate that much back in the day. So, but either way, but Alita Battle Angel, I give a 8.5 out of 10. Like, honestly, it wasn't that bad of a film, but just like, it's kind of sad because the film didn't do bad. Like, to me, for what came about, you had the stroke of Aquaman. You had Aquaman going still on top, and then you got Captain Marvel coming around the corner. So it's like, you know, you got big shoes to fill. But overall, like, I felt that the movie did well for itself. So, like I said, I give it an 8.5. It's off the hook. Go watch it. I mean, catch the $6 Tuesdays at Terrace Cinemas, which is over at Rancho's Palos Verde, or catch the Cinemark 18, $6 Tuesdays. You won't be disappointed. Check it out, y'all. Alright, and then, now, damn, my voice is starting to get a little dry here. I need some freaking water. Oh, man. Next one, we are moving on to Captain Marvel. Yes, we just recently saw Captain Marvel. Man, I mean, like I said, another film that was getting a little flack because of reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. But I think it's just motherfuckers trolling because, you know, they don't want female superstars, or they don't want female leads, which I don't understand. Like, oh, look, I'm a comic book head, okay? And I know, like, if you're gonna do something different, just keep the origin intact and just do it and just create your own story. You know, create your own story, but keep the origin intact. You know, you don't have to be like a serious try-hard because, you know, Muggs is like, oh, well, it should be this way. He should be a man. He should be a white man. He can't be a girl, or he can't be a black guy, or he has to have an English accent, or whatever. It's like, come on, get over yourselves. Like, shit, just if you're gonna watch the movie, shut the fuck up, and chill out, eat your fucking popcorn, drink your fucking Sprite, and just enjoy the fucking movie. If you don't want to watch the movie, don't ruin it for everybody else. Just go sit down and just fucking, like, jerk off and play with your fucking keyboard, alright? But damn, don't ruin the experience for everybody else. Anyway, this is Captain Marvel. This is Marvel Studios' first female superhero movie. So, honestly, this is the Marvel Studios' answer to Wonder Woman. And honestly, I feel this movie was better than Wonder Woman. So, it connects a lot of stuff that's going on in the Marvel universe, so everything doesn't feel alienated. So you don't have to watch the other films to find out what's going on, but if you do watch the other films, you'll see everything in its entirety as things progress. So pretty much this is the last installment before the last film of Avengers Endgame, which Brie Larson is playing Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. So she will also be in Avengers Endgame. So yeah. So either way, you guys, man, this film was actually dope. I actually liked the story, how they played everything out. They had a young Samuel L. Jackson, which he had, you know, before the eye patch and everything else, got a head full of hair. You know, you got Jude Law playing Jan Rogue. Yeah, Jan Rogue. Yeah, him. Well, he's playing Captain Marvel's partner. So, yeah, it's gonna be a trip. And they got the scrolls. Oh my god. we finally see the shape-shifting scrolls, you guys, which is off the hook. Basically, I mean, damn, dude, it's gonna be, like, I can only say so much because I don't want to spoil anything, but pretty much, Captain Marvel finds, Carol Danvers, she finds out that she's trying to remember her past. What's up with everybody's trying to remember who they are all of a sudden? Like, she's an alien, Captain Marvel's an alien warrior from the Kree planet of Hala, and she's going up against, trying to find out, going up against the Skrull Empire, which pretty much, they're trying to find information and trying to find out who was the leak that's trying to kill the high intelligence and everything. So it gets pretty intense, dude. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff even in that I try to follow suit on. You got the Kree, you got the Skrulls, and they all finally get to Earth. It's the 90s. Shouts out to Kevin Smith on the mall. Was Stan Lee reading the script for Mallrats? That was off the hook. Mad shout out to Kevin Smith on that shit. I know he jumped on Instagram crying his ass off because, that's a good shout out for Stan Lee to do that for him. That was pretty dope. And rest in peace to freaking Stan Lee, man. God damn, man. I mean, how does that look? I mean, that means even if they start doing more movies, that's the last time. I think that's the last time we see Stan Lee in the film. Captain Marvel was the last movie, I think. I don't know if he's in Endgame or not, but if he is, I think he might have been in it a little bit before he passed away. But she's trying to get back to it. But Carol Danvers, well, not Carol Danvers, but keep forgetting her Kree name. But Captain Marvel crash lands to Earth. She's trying to get her way back. She's trying to call Jude Law. Brie Larson runs into Samuel L. Jackson because, hey, you just crash landed the Blockbuster. So I liked all the references and everything else too. That shit is off the hook. So she's trying to uncover the mystery of what's going on with a former colleague, let's say. So honestly, I'd say go check that out, you guys, because honestly, it is the first woman of Marvel Studios to do her thing. Honestly, don't listen to what the fucking trolls and everybody are talking about. Be your own fucking critic. You know what I'm saying? Do your own thing. Do your own assessment. Honestly, I felt this movie was dope. I get this movie at least, I want to say between an 8.9. I give it an 8.9. No, I want to say an 8.5, but honestly, I give it a solid 9. Because not only that the story was in depth, you didn't feel lost, it didn't feel rushed, it was funny as hell, and it connects everything to what's been going on and what will happen. So, yeah, man, honestly, I give it a solid 9. Captain Marvel's the shit. Oh, and pretty much that's the quickfire review of that thus far. So, the next film I am trying to go see, and I am going to see an early showing of it, would be Shazam. DC's version of another version, kind of like a Superman-ish, about Shazam, the world's mightiest mortal, which is pretty interesting. And also, this is a fun fact: Shazam, DC's character Shazam, was actually called Captain Thunder. DC was actually, Captain Thunder was actually with American Comics, but then they got bought out by DC got bought out by DC, and then changed his name from Captain Thunder to Captain Marvel. So Shazam, for a while, was known as Captain Marvel. But since Marvel's Captain Marvel, so we had two Captain Marvels. We had DC Captain Marvel, and we had Marvel Captain Marvel. So Marvel won the rights to the name Captain Marvel. So then DC dropped Captain Marvel. Instead of going back to Captain Thunder, they just named the character Shazam right after the name of the wizard Shazam. So there you have it. That was a fun fact. And I must say, I feel good. It's been a while since I've been on air, so it's been a cool one. So, damn, a good solid 30 fucking minutes. Well, 31 now. But yeah, man, I am so happy that I managed to get all that out. Holy shit. Wow, it's been a cool one. Like, I've been going through so much shit, but not even bad shit. I've just been going through so many good things right now. I am blessed. I am getting things in order. I am happy as hell. Man, you just don't know. I gotta do my wallflower journal like I said I was gonna do. So that's gonna delve into more personal thoughts and a deeper, like a journal, like what a journal would write, like what people write in their journal. Just to give you a little taste of what Melodious, aka Coverboy, is all about, and what his dreams and aspirations and all of that is what drives me to do this show, and what I'm trying to do for Late for the Party, and what I'm trying to do for anything else. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful evening. It's been a great day. Shout out to everybody who listens to the podcast. Shout out to freaking Yesenia. Give a shout out to Nacho. Give a shout out to everybody. Give a shout out to my boy Rico for chopping my face. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I gotta come back, and congratulations too on your engagement. We gotta go have drinks, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So either way, man, this has been Late for the Party. Oh, before I do all that shit, please, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, share, and support your boy. Support the podcast. Support it. Do what you gotta do. Like I said, I'm getting really close getting those t-shirts out there. So please hit me up on the comment section to let me know, so I can let you know when they will drop. And I will let them drop. I will do a bulletin update on when the shirts drop. So, like I said, y'all, and there's going to be some new things. I'm going to get into some interviews. So I'm going to start doing some random interviews with some people about a lot of stuff about pop culture and what pop culture means to y'all and means to them. And, even it means to me. So, either way, y'all, this is your boy Melodious, a.k.a. Coverboy, signing off. And as always, it's okay to be late for the party, but don't be late for the fun. You guys have a good night. Oh, that's a lovely outro. God damn, that's a lovely outro. God damn, that's so beautiful. Woo.